Hello, it's Alison Simon here, and good afternoon to you. It's Thursday today, and it's good to join again. How have you been? How was yesterday for you? You know, each day that comes by brings new challenges and new experiences. I've been out and about today wearing my mask, trying a different variety of one, trying to see whether that works better. And as I was wearing it and I was talking to somebody earlier, I was very aware that my voice was not my voice as I was talking through this material. And it started me thinking about voice. I'm actually a professional voice user. That's the terminology they use for priests. I use my voice a lot in my preaching and in my talking. And it's been different lately. It has felt a very different use of my voice. As you hear me through the webcam, I don't think you're able to hear all of maybe the richness or the lilt or the emotion of my voice that you might if you and I were right beside each other. And it started me thinking about how important our voices are, and those who have a voice and those who don't. This has been a really challenging time for many people, and for so many who feel they don't have the opportunity to voice what they're feeling or to express themselves and be heard, the pressure is even greater. Just trying to get hold of a human being on a telephone seems to get harder and harder these days. You're put on hold, you're told due to COVID the demand is higher and the staff are less, and you wait and you wait and you wait. And then eventually, when you do get through, you're given options: press this, press that, press the other. If you're feeling anxious, if you are stressed by what you're trying to achieve, then that's the last thing you want. You want a nice human voice to talk to you, to make you feel better. I shall never forget when I was at university down in Plymouth. I was an aged student. I was 40 when I went to study down there. But I shared a house with Jo, and Jo had a lovely lilting Welsh voice, and she used to work for a certain department in her hometown in Wales. And they liked her voice too, and they made her record a message that put people on hold, which was great. And she did it without thinking about it, until the time that she needed, several years later, to get through to the department she had made these messages for. And she heard herself putting herself on hold. Very nice, friendly, chirpy voice, but she would be there shouting at herself, "Joanne!" Really cross. Voice, human interaction is something that I think we have really been missing over these last few months. The warmth of a human voice. The opportunity to speak your truth using your voice is so important. It's easy when we don't connect properly, when we're on a phone or we're on an app or a laptop, to hide the feelings that we're really feeling, to put on that face or mask that prevents other people seeing and hearing the real voice of us. In today's Bible readings, it tells the story of Jesus healing a blind man that was aware of commotion around him. He could hear lots of noise, lots of voices, and he asked, "What's going on?" And he was told, "Jesus of Nazareth is here." "Take me to him," he said. Jesus is then made aware of this man and speaks to him and says, "What do you want from me?" The blind man says, Make me see. And he is healed. Jesus hears what he's asked for and heals him. That's a really powerful passage, and a passage that speaks of the need for us to voice what we need, to ask Jesus for the help we need, but also to ask each other when we are in difficult times, when we are bone weary, when we feel like we have reached the point that nothing else is making any sense. When you want to reach towards old patterns of behaviour that might be harmful, or when you want to hide away and not speak to anybody. Using our voices is such an important part of finding that healing process. Just like the blind man was able to say to Jesus, "Let me see again." If you're feeling bone weary, if your anxiety levels are through the roof, if nothing is making any sense to you whatsoever, then I encourage you to use that voice. Use the voice in prayer to God, but use the voice in reaching out to somebody else and saying, "Whoa, too much today. Help." I sit here and I often say about how we need to love one another, to care for one another, to think about how we do that. There are days and there are times when the thing we really need to do is to care for ourselves and to allow ourselves to rest in the love of Jesus as he does the healing and he does the listening. Today, use your voice as you may. You might feel like singing and creating some wonderful sounds with your voice. You may feel like screaming with your voice. You may feel like crying out to God or speaking to someone else. Whatever it is, however you're feeling, know that God is right there with you, loving you, listening to your cry to him. So if you need to rest and heal and look after yourself, then do so with no fear. And if you're feeling energetic, full of life and full of verve and wanting to help everyone, then do so. But in every moment in our life, in every season, we are in a place of difference. So recognize where you are and take care of yourselves and each other as you can. I would like to let you know today too that on Monday at 12 o'clock, Richard and the family will be holding Carol's funeral service. I know so many of you want to be with them in your minds, in your hearts, in your prayers, focusing on Carol. So at Monday on 12 o'clock, I would encourage you just to maybe use your voice to say thank you, God, to the life that was Carol, the impact she had on your life, and to share in that moment with the family. It's really important to do that. So I encourage you in that moment to use that voice to God, to sing your hallelujahs, or to weep if you will, but to share in that moment and give each other strength through it. Take care, and I'll see you again tomorrow. God bless.